Good evening, loyal Brass Band viewers. Doesn't get much better than this. Tonight we're here with Danny Van Vergen. Van Vergen?
Bergen.
Bergen, not
It's very
Van.
Australian.
Yeah. Very Australian. Danny, conductor of Boroondara Brass. How are you going this really lovely evening?
It is a nice evening. It's been a bit weird today, but I'm good. Glad to be at rehearsal. Hopefully the band is.
The band's just sort of lining up behind the camera over here and they're looking pretty chirpy at the moment. So Boroondara Brass, we think they're probably the youngest A-grade band going around the country?
I'd imagine so, particularly this year. Most of our people would be sort of aged between 18 and 28 this year. A couple of extras, oldies thrown in, but probably the youngest team we've had in a while. So, yeah, definitely a young band.
Excellent. And are things sort of going on track in terms of your rehearsals to date? You're kind of happy with how it's all sitting for 2 weeks away?
Yeah, look, it's been a little bit up and down as our band is with that age group, you know, lots of tertiary students, lots of secondary students.
Definitely.
But this is probably the more steady preparation we've had in a while. So that's good. Still got its challenges, obviously, but yeah, going well.
And you've got a good feeling about sort of doing, peaking at the right time and doing your best on stage? Fingers crossed?
Hopefully. What seems to happen with us is we always do really well one day and then the other day is a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, so getting that consistency up for both days, yeah.
That's what we've been working on, for the last little while for sure, and that's our aim is to try and be consistent across all four pieces for a change. So
Excellent.
fingers crossed.
And non-musical question, but how does it go having a common wall with the Hawthorn Brass Band? Just, you're separated by a matter of about 30 centimetres between your rehearsal venues. Is that a stress at all, or it's just easy as it goes?
When we're both here, it's interesting. Last week, we were working on the same bit of the test piece at slightly different tempos, and it was just really quite awkward because we'd stop and I'd go to say something, and they'd play the bit I'm talking about, and then they'd stop probably to talk about it, and we'd play it, and it was, I don't know if they found it off-putting, but it was a little bit interesting. But generally speaking, no issues at all. We're usually not here at the same time, which is probably handy.
And do you guys both get funding from the same council? Is that difficult in terms of band administration and getting the money in? Is that difficult for you guys, or just you got it worked out?
We're pretty lucky in the city of Boroondara. They support Q-Band, Melbourne, Hawthorn and us. So we're all very different. We're all in A-grade, but we're all very, very different and provide different services to the community. So funding is usually okay. Also, we have our C-grade band Harmony, obviously, which gives us another outlet to get funding. So it's a good arts council anyway, and we seem to do all right between the three of us.
Yeah, it's fantastic that Boroondara Council can support 4 brass bands. I think that's probably no other council in Australia would really be up for that, I wouldn't think. So congratulations to them.
Yes, absolutely.
Any other performances, big things planned for the rest of this year for Boroondara?
We've got a few things in the works. May is a big community month for us. We've got a lot of, we do Norwegian Day and a few things like that, so lots of community stuff.
Yep.
A couple of concerts, we're trying to do a bit of new music later in the year, some originals, that sort of stuff. And as the Nationals in Melbourne this year, we're really trying to get involved with some of the more local groups. Like last year we went to New Zealand and we've done a lot of travelling recently, so this year's kind of a little bit focused in Boroondara with some concerts and that sort of stuff.
Excellent.
So should be good.
Is there a website people can check out if they want to find out more about the fantastic Boroondara Brass?
Absolutely, www.boroondarabrass.org. Pretty straightforward. If you need to Google Boroondara Brass, probably a good idea.
How do you spell Boroondara?
Boroondara.
We'll check that later on, just check.
Yes.
And there has been some controversy in recent times, people saying it is actually pronounced Boroondara. Is there any truth to that?
I think what I gather from the council, it's Boroondara.
Boroondara, so not Boroondara.
No, Boroondara.
There you go, you've heard it here first. Danny, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
No worries, thanks Tim.